Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection is out for a trial version. Launched on the 5th of February, the new RPG of the MH Stories spin-off is showing a bit of himself and its mechanics. This trial version is only limiting its players in 3 ways. Your character and monsters are capped at level 10, the stables are capped at 12 monsters, and there is a trade point cap set at 1k to make farming a little less easy. As for the stories, it goes up to the habitat restoration of the Russian species. The benefit of playing the trial version is that every item, every monster, and every farm you've done in the game will be carrying on to your full game save. I have played the demo for around 12 hours since release, and I will show you what I've seen so far. The menu had a huge upgrade, and now more than ever, going from Stories 2 over to Stories 3, it is tenfold more pleasing to the eyes. The Start button brings you to the party screen and the Select button brings you to the map screen. All under the menu, there is a total of 7 tabs, including the map and the party screen. The first screen we'll talk about is the party screen. Now fully in 3D, it shows your character in the center, your ally to the right and your active monster to the left. Each subscreen you're shown is your character, monster and ally stats, skills, and for your ally, their items. All ally riders and allies monster have a level. The story screen will show you the last story quest you have done and all the other before it. The quest screen is for all the NPC given quest. I don't know yet if there is a quest board just like in the 2 other games. The map screen also had an overall, with all of the quality of life, such as indicator for dance and a cave map levels, the ability to use up to 4 checkpoints for different point of interests. The pouch also got a quality of life, such as an auto filter and an automatic battle pouch. For battle, you only need to have the items to use it in battle. Of course, you can still combine items if you have the recipes, as every Monster Hunter games and as every Monster Hunter Stories game. Now the Monsterpedia has 2 pages, one for small and big monsters with 3D animated models, and the other for endemic life and rare creatures. There is also the Riders, now Ranger notes, for all the gameplay and mechanics you'll need to reread if needed. Same as Stories 1 and 2, we have stats such as HP, attack, crit rate, speed, abnormal statuses. That's what we already know from the other games. Now we have 2 new stats, Stamina and Wyvern Fell. Characters and monsters now use Stamina for their skills and not the Kinship Gauge anymore. The Stamina is separated by 3 substats, what your character will have at the start of battle, the maximum it can have, and how much it recovers per turn. Next is the Wyvern Fell stats. It is linked to the Wyvern Soul Gauge and the Monster Health bars. This stat is used when you use skills during battle, as it is the only method to topple or stagger monsters. Now on to overworld actions. There is now 2 new riding actions, melee attack and breath. They can be used to do preemptive strikes or deal extra damages to the start of battle. Also, the fly action is now more of a gliding, but it seems now every other riding actions are the same. Also, it seems that every monster now can have roar, even though that doesn't have a cry in the main series game. We still have the basic of the battle gameplay as it is unchanged, with the 3 types of attack, power, technical and speed, which have all the same advantages and cons we already know. We can still do double attacks right during battles, but we can now choose to do a double kinship skill by selecting it in the skill menu, or if the ally do one kinship attack too. As I stated earlier, the battle pouch is refilled automatically after each battle, such as your arts and HP. During battle we can still give orders to our monsters and switch them out once per turn. We still have the same art system with a better quality of life. As of now, allies going down doesn't count as a defeat and they stay down for a few turns before going back up with their full hearts. Going on from Stories 2, the path system is still here, kicking, and now have a lot more uses as just dividing which type of weapons are effective or not. Now for what's new, we have the Wyvern Soul Gauge. This new gauge needs to be depleted to stagger the monster. Once done, you have to press a button at the right time and you'll do a synchro rush, inflicting massive damage and a great charge to the Kinship Gauge. Some monsters have a Wyvern Soul stock and will be fatigued, having a second Wyvern Soul Gauge before being staggered. Know that the second have the blue phase where you do more Wyvern Fell to the Gauge. That's when it's fatigue. And lastly, there is the status window. It will show you the battle lines, riders and monsters stats, the enemy elemental weaknesses and effective types, buffs, debuffs and abnormal statuses. There's a lot more to say, but I will probably do another video more focused on battle systems to explain things a bit more. As you have seen on the map, the dens are now marked and you can differentiate each and every one of them. Here is a list of all the dens I have seen so far. There is the normal dens, the rare dens, the super rare dens, the retreat dens, and the endangered dens. Normal, rare, and super rare are randomly generated and have random eggs. You'll only find monsters of the rare you are in. Retreat dens are dens made by retreating monsters. You'll find only eggs from the same species of the retreating monster there. Endangered dens are where you will find an egg of an endangered or extinct monster species. The extinction of this species is explained by invasive species or by the encroachment. Some dens have rare phenomenal where you will be able to plunder 2 eggs instead of 1 or multiple materials that you will find, or even rarer materials. You will have a higher chance to find this weird phenomenon in rare and super rare dens. Now that Rudy is replacing Naviru, we don't have details on how heavy or stinky an egg can be, but by how potent they are. The more potent, the better. Super rare eggs are the max you can get in terms of potency, and they can be found at any dens except for endangered dens. Once hatched, you will have the choice in a camp to return it to the wild, having more chance to get the egg and for them to have better genes. Certain areas have an element, and once you've made an egg get to a certain ecosystem rank, you will have a chance that the egg is of the element of the area. And you will have chances to get a Thunder and Jonas or a Fire Tobi Kadachi. Also, if the requirements are met, being that the monster have deviance and a high enough monster ecological level, there is the possibility that the monster can mutate and give out eggs of the deviant species, such as Pink or Dread Queen Rysians when she's at level S in the demo. Once the ecological habits of a monster meet B, A or S rank, the monsters have the ability to have a better environment skill if their genes meet the requirements of said environment skills. And there you have it, a full discovery of the game and its principles, its mechanics. I didn't talk about skill affinities, feral monsters and invasive species as much as I wanted to, because I want to make big videos about them later when the game is out, as I want to have more information on what it actually does and how to use them. And for the invasion and feral species, I see them as story 11 too, so I don't want to spoil you too much on that. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, it helps me a lot. Hope to see you soon, stay strong hunters, and happy hunting.